welcome to Dave the Suit Betting. Ascot, day 3. Well, day 2 wasn't good for us, was it? The first selection ran poorly. And the second one didn't do much better at Royal Ascot. Fallen Angel obviously came third, but there were only 7 runners anyway, if anyone played each way. I think everyone was in the same boat. We had the short price ones, Los Angeles, everyone's banker. And to be honest, that was beaten 2 furlongs out. Cinderella's Dream, that didn't win. It only just hung on. For second, it held the selection Fallen Angel by a head. But we had the getting out stake, Pal Joey, and he was making his move up the rail and he got absolutely murdered by another horse. Had to be snatched up and the race was over. The favourite one, odds on. I don't know if he'd have won the race. He'd have certainly beaten the rest, I believe, and he would have given the favourite a race. But these things happen in racing. I might show that in a future notebook video. So, as an aside to betting win bets and each way at Royal Ascot, ITV do a place pot, which has been paying much, much more than the official place pot. Britain's grumpiest old git, Dave, as some of you may know, he covers this in some of his latest videos, how it pays, treble, double, more than the official place pot pool. It's an ITV7 place pot. It's available online, Bet365, obviously, the Tote and other bookmakers do cover it, the ITV7 place pot. Britain's grumpiest old git, he got it up to pennies and he made a few £100 out of it. He's paying 2, 3, 4 times more than the official Tote place pot. Go over to his channel and have a look. So on to day 3 of Ascot, Thursday, Ladies' Day. I've got to say that it reminded me that 14 years ago I was actually at Royal Ascot on this day. I backed a 20-1 winner in the race prior. I think it was Hughie Morrison's. And then I backed Brown Panther at 4-1. Michael Owen, that won well. I think I won several hundred. In fact, I know what I won, several £700. But on to 2025. Now, the getting out stakes today is again at Ripon. Let's hope he doesn't get hammered over the rail. He won't actually. He's drawn out on a wing. So let's have a look what I saw last time out. So this is the last 2 furlongs at Hamilton. This is the 2 pole. And the one I'm interested in is the one with the red headgear. The yellow colours. So let's have a look what happens. So what has happened, we've come into the dip, down the hill into the dip, and it didn't handle the dip too well and going downhill. So he got a little bit outpaced, but now we've reached the level/rising ground and he's in the rear. So he gives it a tap. There we go. He's still got a lot of horses in front of him. It's only a small field, but most of them are in front of him. And it looks as though nothing's going to happen, but then the horse responds to the urges of the jockey, coming up the hill, and he stays on like a trooper. Stays on like a trooper. The hands and heels. He gets a good second in a valuable contest. So this is the race, 3:42 at Hamilton, as it was, over 6 furlongs on good ground. Now, the horse you've just seen is Comanche Falls, and that was a return to form somewhat for Comanche Falls. First of all, Fahrenheit 7 was well handicapped, and after that race, which it ran off 86, the assessor rated it at 93. And Comanche Falls that day was giving the winner £17 and he got beaten 2 lengths and it was catching it. Now, if you look at Comanche Falls, that was something of a return to form for an 8-year-old sprinter that's done it all. And as you can see, it's not won for some time, and the reason being, in 2023, it was winning races, Group 3s, listed races at the Curragh, listed race at York. It got beat at Ascot in October of 2023 in a Group 3, got beaten a shorthead by Anaf and was rated 113. So last year, didn't do much in Group 2s. He came second in a list at over 5. I think it's better over 6. And then they started running in handicaps. 107, not a bad effort really. Class 2 handicap. Ran behind Lethal Levi at Ayr in September. That day, if you weren't drawn high, 20, 19 and 24, first, second and third. Didn't run bad. Not bad at all from 12. Only 4.5 lengths behind, which sounds the world, but it wasn't. The first 3 just got a massive advantage with the draw that day. To this year, and it came out after a long break, down the pan at Leicester, 4.5 length, and at York in a Class 2, and that was a return to form. Now he's managed to get it down to a workable mark now of 100. Now this is today's race. It's the 350 at Ripon. And Trefor is in form, no doubt about it, it's in form. It's a 4-year-old and it's improving. But to get that win out of it, last time, they had to drop it in class. So it couldn't win a Class 3 handicap. They dropped it in class and it won a Class 4 off 87, and it even dropped a pound, being put up 4 to 91. Now, it is improving. I'm not so sure if it's good enough to beat Comanche Falls. The speed horse, Baldomero, it's the speed horse on 1 run. That was last time out at Doncaster, over 5. And it kept on well. Beat Squealer rated 85. That the ground might be a little bit quick today. It's one on heavy, one on soft. It has one on good. And it has won 6 furlongs. But is it up to winning this today? It has won a Class 2 there at Doncaster on soft. Beat King's Lynn, the horse that never wins. That is the speed horse on its last run over 5. But I do like Comanche Falls. He has had quite a time of it, Michael Dodds. But if you look at him, I did put out I did put a selection out the other day. King's Crown, which won, and he also the same day it had Lord Obama B, that also won. That's what Comanche Falls looks like. It looks like it's coming back to form. Now on its peak form, on its best form, it can carry these home. It really can. 5 to 1. So that's it. It's a bit of an old onion, so to speak. Comanche Falls. Each way it is 5 to 1. And if it comes back to form, it can carry these home. It really can. It was a very good horse 2 years ago, but it's been handicapped to the hilt and not being able to win a handicap race because of its group form. But against these, we've got a few horses coming to form there, but this is a class above these. It really is. So Comanche Falls in the 350 at Ripon. So Royal Ascot, got 2 selections. I'm recommending half stakes. Let's have a look at the Gold Cup. So the Ascot Gold Cup. Illinois, for me, is very, very short. It's class, got a bit touch of class, but will it stay? Now, obviously, trainer of Kyprios, and Trollerman last year gave Kyprios a good race. But I'm going for the one that came third in the race last year. Now a 6-year-old. I think he had it too far back in last most of the way, and it stayed on really well. Sweet William, 15-2. Just first three. All it's got to do is do a poor ride last year, had it in last, and it still came third. They gave it a sweetener over an inadequate trip, mile 6 at York in a Group 2. That was totally inadequate trip. It went over 2-2 at Doncaster. And last year it came third. It was beaten 6 lengths, but he had it too far back and it stayed on really, really well. So, I think it's the forgotten horse of Gosden's. Gosden's horses are in form. Sweet William, currently 15-2. I can't back the short ones. We can't back the short ones. You just got to look at what happened yesterday. Illinois could be another world beater for the machine that is O'Brien. Obviously, Kyprios was his, which was a fantastic Gold Cup horse. But Sweet William, it was an inadequate trip at York last time. Each way, 15-2, the Gold Cup. Here's my last selection, and I can't believe I'm playing in a race like this. This is why I'm recommending half stakes at Royal Ascot now. Let's have a look at the race. 6:10 at Ascot. There are 8 million runners, 29 at the moment, and 7 furlongs. And a lot of these have been round the block a time or two. Some of them have done more laps than Lewis Hamilton. And we shouldn't be betting in races like this. Too many runners. But this might not be all that original. English Oak, last season, won this race. And I mean won this race. 26 runners doing handstands. It really, really did. Travelled strongly, raced near side, in touch with leaders, led and ridden 1 furlong out, went clear final 110 yards readily. And that was on the near side, drawn 26. And it was running off 100. So, what did they do then? They bumped it up to 108. He got penalised £9 for that. And they tried it in Group 2s, listed, Group 3s. They realised we're not good enough to win those kinds of races. They wanted the black type. They didn't get it. But they've got to be trying for it. So this season, run it down the pan, and then run it in this race. Now, My Cloud won yesterday. Very short favourite of a massive 30-runner race. And it won well. It got up on the line, which is what it did here. Led towards finish. It was 5-6. And they'd ran quite nicely. English Oak. Nice and steady. We know this kind of form. Put them out back, give them a run. Dwelt start towards rear, kept on inside final furlong. And that was off 103. Got dropped £3 for that. And that was over a mile. Now the horse isn't a miler. It's a 7 furlong horse. Although it has won over a mile, it's a 7 furlong horse. Its best form is over 7. And they've got it down to within £1 of its last winning mark when it absolutely pulverised the field. Not only that, it's basically got the same draw as it had last year. The ground is good to firm as it was last year. The trainer's in form. We've got a fantastic informed jockey on. Course and distance winner, obviously. 11 to 2. 365 are going first 6. And I think that's a knocking each way, but I don't think this horse, rated for the odd cheap pieces, I don't think this horse should be out of the first 6. But I don't like the number of runners. So we're going half stakes, chip shot fiver each way, because Ascot at the moment, it's a bit of a graveyard for us. Half stake, just stick a chip shot fiver each way on English Oak, first 6. So English Oak in the lucky last year, it absolutely laughed at them, and then it was chasing black type groups, Group 3s, Group 2s listed races, and it's not quite up to that, but they've got it off a pound of its winning mark last year when it won by 3 lengths. There's nothing spectacular in this race. Something might come out of the clouds, and they're paying first 6. I know 11 to 2, you'll just make a smidgen. It's just a chip shot fiver each way, but English Oak is my selection in the lucky last at Royal Ascot. So, Thursday, I will not have a video out for Friday. I won't have time to do the prep and do it justice. But hopefully back for more torture maybe on Saturday. This is Dave the Soup, fingers crossed. Let's get a couple of winners. Bye for now.